am the last reporter for the Chapter 10, and my topic will be the psychoeducational test battery. So this assessment is used in educational setting. In psychoeducational test batteries, it contains two types of the test. First is measure abilities related to academic success. Second is measure educational achievement in areas such as reading and arithmetic. Under the psychoeducational test battery is the Kaufman Assessment Battery for Children, or the KABC. It was designed for use with the test takers from the age of 2 1/2 through the age of 12 1/2. Subtest measures both intelligence and achievements are included. K-ABC intelligence subtests are divided into two groups. We have simultaneous skills and the sequential skills. In simultaneous processing, information is integrated all at one time. In sequential processing, each bit of information is individually processed in sequence. For the simultaneous processing may be described as synthesized. Information is integrated and synthesized at once and as a whole. For the sequential processing, this is a logical and analytic in nature. Piece by piece and one piece after the other, information is arranged and rearranged so that it makes sense. In 1988, Good and Lane identified the third factor of the K-ABC as verbal comprehension and reading achievement. Kaufman and Macklin in 1986 identified it as achievement and reading ability. For Kit and Novak, 1987 identified it as first reading achievement and verbal reasoning. The next generation of the Kaufman Assessment Battery for Children was published in 2004. So diri, ang KABC nahimo na siyang KABC-2. The age range for the second edition of the test was extended. So, katong sa first nga Kaufman Assessment Battery for Children is 2.5 years to 12.5 years. So, diri, sa second edition nga KABC-2, ang edad na nga pwede mo take ani nga test is age 3 to 18. This is to expand the possibility of making ability achievement comparison with the same test through high school. Maunang gi-extend na siya into 18 years old. Assessment Battery for Children is based on Lurie's theory and Catalhorn-Carroll model. For children from a mainstream cultural and language background, if crystallized ability would not be a fair indicator of the child's cognitive ability, then you can choose the Lurie's model, which exclude verbal ability. Next, we have the Woodcock-Johnson 4 or the WJ4. WJ4 consists of 3 co-norm test batteries. Joining the Achievement and Cognitive Ability Test is a battery of tests designed to measure oral language ability. So, for this test, ang edad nga pwede mo take ani nga test is young as 2 years old up to old as 90 years old or older. For this test, the extended battery will be used to obtain the most comprehensive and detailed evaluation of an assessee's strength and weakness or educational progress. other tools of assessment in educational settings. Performance, portfolio, and authentic assessment. First, we will define the performance task. It is a work sample designed to elicit representative knowledge, skills, and values from a particular domain of the study, while the performance assessment will be defined as an evaluation of performance tasks according to criteria developed by experts from the domain of study tapped by those tasks. Ang example ani for performance task is kung naamoy subject na PE, then sa PE ninyo is magsayaw-sayaw mo dito. So, ang inyuhang sayaw-sayaw para sa inyuhang final exam sa inyuhang PE is mauto siya ang performance task. Then, sa performance assessment, ang inyuhang PE teacher ang muhatag sa inyo og evaluation nga nakabase sa criteria. Say for example, ang criteria sa inyuhang teacher is choreography 50%, then execution 30%, 10% ang costume, then 10% pod ang audience impact. So mao na siya ang ginatawag na performance assessment. Ibale, naa siya'y criteria nga nakabase para sa inyuhang performance task. Next is the portfolio assessment. Refers to the evaluation of one's work samples. Benefits of the portfolio approach include engaging students in assessment process, giving them the opportunity to think generatively and encouraging them to think about learning as an ongoing and integrated process. Authentic assessment, also known as performance-based assessment. Authentic assessment defined in educational context as evaluation of relevant, meaningful tasks that may be conducted to evaluate learning of academic subject matter, but that demonstrate the student's transfer of that study to real-world activities. Authentic assessment is taught to increase student interest and the transfer of knowledge to setting outside the classroom. That is why authentic assessment is very important. Peer appraisal techniques. One method of obtaining information about an individual is by asking that individual's peer group to make the evaluation. Techniques employed to obtain such information are termed peer appraisal methods. Peer appraisal techniques is very helpful, especially in educational settings. Say for example, ikaw teacher tapos naa ka isa ka estudyante nga naga-struggle jud pag-ayo sa imuhang mga lessons. So, pwede nga dili ka directly mangutana ana nga student kung unsay hang problema kay basing magduha-duha noon siya og storya sa imuha. Mauni na ang peer appraisal techniques kay pwede ka mangutana sa iyahang mga friends or sa iyahang mga close kaayo nga classmate kung unsa ang problema nga iyahang ginaagian karon nganong nagalisod siya cope up sa imuhang lessons. So, through sa iyahang mga friends or sa iyahang mga close nga classmates is makabalo ka nganong nagalisod na siya og cope up sa iyahang studies. One method of peer appraisal that can be employed in elementary school as well as other setting is called the guess who technique. Brief descriptive sentence such as this person is the most friendly are read or handed out in the form of questionnaires to the class, and the children are instructed to guess who. Next technique is the nominating. This is a method of peer appraisal in which individuals are asked to select or nominate other individuals for various types of activities. With this method, if ikaw teacher is naa na kay ideas kung unsa ang mga batasan sa imuhang estudyante. Say for example, moana ka sa imuhang klase, na guess who kinsa ang pinakalimpyo sa klase. So ang mga student nimo is naa na sila'y mahatag nga person kung kinsa ang pananaw nila kung kinsa ang pinakalimpyado. The result of a peer appraisal can be graphically illustrated. One graphic method of organizing such data is the sociogram. Sociogram can provide information such as who is popular in the group, who tends to be rejected by the group, and who is relatively neutral in the opinion of the group. Next is measuring study habits, interest, and attitude. If you want to measure the study habits of a student, you should use the study habits checklist designed for use with students in grade 9 through 14. It consists of 37 items that assess study habits with respect to note-taking, reading materials, and general study practices. To measure the interest, you must use the What I Like to Do interest inventory. It consists of 150 forced-choice items that access 4 areas of interest: academic interest, artistic interest, occupational interest, and interest in leisure time or play activities. In measuring attitude, we have attitude inventories. It is used in educational settings to assess students' attitudes toward a variety of school-related factors. Some instruments assess attitudes in specific subject areas, whereas others, such as the Survey of School Attitude and the Quality of School Life Skills, are more general in scope. The Survey of Study Habits and Attitude, or the SSHA, and the Study Attitudes and Method Survey combine the assessment of attitude with the assessment of study methods. The Survey of Study Habits and Attitude, intended for use in grade 7 through college, consists of 100 items topping poor study skills and attitude that could affect academic performance. There are 2 forms available in the Survey of the Study Habits and Attitude: Form H for the grade 7 to 12 and Form C for college, each requiring 20 to 25 minutes to complete. Students respond to items on the following 5-point scale: rarely, sometimes, frequently, generally, or almost always.